chest. No map, no crown, just a pole and a promise. I have been broken by silence. I have been shaped by the storm. I have slept in the valley of doubt and woken with wolves at my door. I have carried the weight of old stories of fathers, of ghosts, of fear. The fire kept whispering softly, you were not sent here to disappear. I am the heartbeat in the dark. I am the spark before the flame. I am the man who walked through shadows and came back calling my name. Children of thunder, we are the breath of the old. We rise from the bones of winter with a fire no grave can hold. There were nights I stood at the edge of losing it all to the cold, watching the world spin in madness while trying to carry my own. Friends turn to distant horizons, blood turned his back in the rain. But the drum in my chest kept pounding. You are forged through the pain. If you are tired of pretending, if you are done being small, come sit by the ancient embers and listen to the call. I am the heartbeat in the dark. I am the spark before the flame. I am the man who faced the silence and dared to speak his name. We are the sons and daughters of mountains older than time. We are the ones remembering the truth beneath the mind. Remember who you are. You are not here to shrink. You are not here to bow. The fire is not outside you. It never was. Spark becoming flame. We are the ones who walked through winter and came back calling our name. We are the keepers of thunder. We are the breath of the old. We rise my truth in the flame. Now the fire walks with me. I walk through ashes with my name burning in my chest. No map, no crown, just a pulse and a promise. Dum, 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 dum. I have been broken by silence. I have been shaped by the storm. I have slept in the valley of doubt and woken with wolves at my door. I have carried the weight of old stories, of fathers, of ghosts, of fear. But the fire kept whispering softly, you were not sent here to disappear. I am the heartbeat in the dark. I am the spark before the flame. I am the man who walked through shadows and came back calling my name. We are the children of thunder. We are the breath of the old. We rise from the bones of winter with a fire no grave can hold. There were nights I stood at the edge of losing it all to the cold, watching the world spin in madness while trying to carry my own. Friends turned to distant horizons, blood turned its back in the rain, but the drum in my chest kept pounding. You are forged through the pain. If you are tired of pretending, if you are done being small, come sit by the ancient embers and listen to the call. I am the heartbeat in the dark. I am the spark before the flame. I am the man who faced the silence and dared to speak his name. We are the sons and daughters of mountains older than time. We are the ones remembering the truth beneath the mind. Remember who you are. You are not here to shrink. You are not here to bow. The fire is not outside you. It never was. Dum, 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 dum. Rise, rise from the ashes, rise, rise from the cold grave. Break the illusion, take back your soul. Rise, rise from the ashes, rise, rise and become. We are the heartbeat in the dark. We are the spark becoming flame. We are the ones who walk through winter and came back calling our name. We are the keepers of thunder. We are the breath of the old. We rise from the bones of the fallen with a fire no grave can hold. Dum, dum. I walk walked through ashes and found my truth in the flame. Dumb. Now the fire walks with me. I walk through ashes with my name burning in my chest. No map, no crown, just a pulse and a promise. I have been broken by silence. I have been shaped by the storm. I have slept in the valley of doubt and woken with wolves at my door. I have carried the weight of old stories, of fathers, of ghosts, of fear. But the fire kept whispering softly, you were not sent here to disappear. I am the heartbeat in the dark. I am the spark before the flame. I am the man who walked through shadow and came back calling my name. We are the children of thunder. We are the breath of the old. We rise from the bones of winter with a fire no grave can hold. There were nights I stood at the edge of losing it all to the cold, watching the world spin in madness while trying to carry my own. Friends turned to distant horizons, blood turned its back in the rain, but the drum in my chest kept pounding. You are forged through the pain. If you are tired of pretending, if you are done being small, come sit by the ancient embers and listen to the call. I am the heartbeat in the dark. I am the spark before the flame. I am the man who faced the silence and dared to speak his name. We are the sons and daughters of mountains older than time. We are the ones remembering the truth beneath the member. Remember who you are. You are not here to shrink. You are not here to bow. The fire is not outside you. It never was. Dumb. Dumb. from the cold. Break the illusion. Take back your soul. Rise from the ashes. Rise and become. We are the heartbeat in the dark. We are the spark becoming flame. We are the ones who walked through winter and came back calling our name. We are the children of thunder. We are the breath of the old. We rise from the bones of the fallen with a fire no grave can hold. Dumb. Dumb. I walk through ashes and found my truth in the flame. Dumb. Now the fire walks with me. I walk through ashes with my name burning in my chest. No map, no crown, just a pulse and a promise. Dumb. Dumb. I've been broken by silence. I've been shaped by the storm. I've slept in the valley of doubt and woken with wolves at my door. I've carried the weight of old stories, of fathers, of ghosts, of fear. But the fire kept whispering softly, you were not sent here to disappear. I am the heartbeat in the dark. I am the spark before the flame. I am the man who walked through shadows and came back calling my name. We are the children of thunder. We are the breath of the old. We rise from the bones of winter with a fire no grave can hold. There were nights I stood at the edge of losing it all to the cold, watching the world spin in madness while trying to carry my own. Friends turn to distant horizons, blood turned its back in the rain, but the drum in my chest kept pounding. You were forged through the pain. If you are tired of pretending, if you are done being small, come sit by the ancient embers and listen to the call. I am the heartbeat in the dark. I am the spark before the flame. I am the man who faced the silence and dared to speak his name. We are the sons and daughters of mountains. You are not here to shrink. You are not here to bow. The fire is not outside you. It never was. Your soul, rise from the ashes, rise and become. We are the heartbeat in the dark. We are the spark becoming flame. We are the ones who walked through winter and came back, calling our name. We are the keepers of thunder, we are the breath of the old. We rise from the bones of the fallen, with a fire no grave can hold. I walk through ashes and found my truth in the flame. Now the fire walks with me. This house remembers what we never said. Names without voices and words left for dead. They came here in fragments, they stayed in between the life that they carried and the life they had seen. This is not the ending, this is not the tomb. It's the breath before the crossing in the waiting room. Hear the old ones loosen what they could not hold. Here we stand in silence and feel the turning of the soul. Beneath the soil and stories, stone resting on stone, offerings from ages before blood claimed the throne. Some felt only terror, some felt release, some met themselves for the first and final time in peace. This is not the ending, this is not the tomb. It's the space between the heartbeats in the waiting room. No fire burns in fury, only embers waiting still for hands that dare to listen and a voice strong enough to feel. Not all who wander wish to be seen. Not all that is seen is meant to be named. Some truths must be carried before they are claimed. Now we stand awake here with roots in the ground, eyes on the heavens where
the old paths resound. We carry it forward without chains or command. We build from the ashes what never had a land. This is not the ending, this is not the doom. It's the call that keeps on echoing from the waiting room. From what once lay silent to what still must grow, the note is now burning for the ones who already know. Say, if you must leave when you're clear, the door was never locked, it was always open here. This house remembers what we never said. Names without voices and words left for dead. They came here in fragments, they stayed in between. The life that they carried and the life they had seen. This is not the ending, this is not the tomb. It's the breath before the crossing in the waiting room. Hear the old ones loosen what they could not hold. Here we stand in silence and feel the turning of the soul. Beneath the soil and stories, stone resting on stone. Offerings from ages before blood claimed the throne. Some felt only terror, some felt release. Some met themselves for the first and final time in peace. This is not the ending, this is not the tomb. It's the space between the heartbeats in the waiting room. No fire burns in fury, only embers waiting still for hands that dare to listen and a voice strong enough to feel. Not all who wander wish to be seen. Not all that is seen is meant to be named. Some truths must be carried before they are claimed. Now we stand awake here with roots in the ground, eyes on the heavens where the old paths resound. We carry it forward without chains or command. We build from the ashes what never had a land. This is not the ending, this is not the tomb. It's the call that keeps on echoing from the waiting room, from what once lay silent to what still must grow. The note is now burning for the ones who already know. Sit if you must, leave when you're clear. The door was never locked, it was always open here.
Been the rope when others fell, been the bridge, been the wishing well. Held my tongue, held the line, called it love when it cost me time. I learned real slow what truth can do. It don't shout, it just walks from you. Some doors close without a sound. That's how freedom finally's found. I don't hate you, I don't blame, I just won't bleed to keep you the same. I'm no longer carrying you. Your weight ain't mine to pull me through. I gave my fire, I paid my dues. Now I choose what I choose. No hard words, no last goodbye. Just a man learning when to drive. I'm no longer carrying you. There's a difference, strength and change. One builds life, one feeds the pain. I mistook them for years on end, calling burden, being a man. But my kids don't need a ghost, they need a father standing close. Not hollowed out, not split in two, living proof of truth lives through. I don't run, I don't erase, I just refuse a borrowed place. I'm no longer carrying you. Your storms ain't mine to see you through. I gave my fire, I paid my dues. Now I choose what I choose. No hard words, no last goodbye. Just a man learning when to drive. I'm no longer carrying you. This ain't about leaving people behind. It's about not leaving myself there anymore. I'm no longer carrying you, but I'm still walking honest and true. If love remains, it meets me whole, not as a weight upon my soul. No anger left, no need to prove, just space enough for life to move. I'm no longer carrying. Engine hum, morning breaks, road stays open. Oh, roll, roll, morning light, engine low. I've been the rope when others fell, been the bridge, been the wishing well, held my tongue.
There was a few there that came in succession that was kind of like good to vibe to, but then all of a sudden you come to one of those versions that you just hate, and then I don't do anymore. I've been just running around this new thing that I have going on, which has been taking place over the last month, which is crazy. But it's new times. Interesting times nonetheless, but holy shit. So we have this game going on that has been going on for quite some time. It's been hard to kind of really make that happen in the way that it should up until this point. So I figured I was going to go live. And then I figured I'm not going to have any freaking plan on this at all. I'm just going to fucking play and see where this night takes me, and then whatever happens, happens. Many things are happening at the same time. So I'm just trying to keep the zen in all of that, and then just see if things continue to happen as it is happening. Kind of like eating popcorn to the apocalypse. Not really, but sometimes, you know, it feels like such. I will just go and put on some music again, and then if people want to see engagement, I'm happy to take anything from the audience and roll with it. So if you have questions or anything, just don't be afraid to say anything. I'm thinking here. I don't think I'm actually prepared for what I was supposed to do right now, so I have to go and multitask a little bit while I'm filling the air with words just to keep the people calm. There we go. And such, let's go for a thing that really fits the situation. This I think.
I never walked those northern trails, but still they call my name. A whisper through the evergreens, a spark inside the flame. I'm just a southern wanderer with stories in my bones. Yet every road I travel feels like guiding me back home. I've carried nights of heavy storms and rose from where I fell. I've stood alone with shadows that I've come to know too well. But every scar I'm wearing is a map of where I've been. A forge of fire teaching me to build myself again. I'm called by the north, by the wild, by the wind, by the life I've been losing, and the one I'll begin with my two little wolves running close to my side. I'm a father, a fighter, a man still alive, and the path may be rough, but I walk it with worth, 'cause I'm shaped by the south, but I'm called by the north. Train with the courage, by letter with the light. They see the truth inside me when the world is losing sight. And I would stand through fire just to keep them standing strong. They're the reason that my broken heart still beats its battle song. I lost some brothers on the way, and some just lost their flame. I watched them fade to silence when the storm began to rain. But I keep marching forward with my eyes on something more. A vision carved in hunger in the life I'm forging for. I'm called by the north, by the wild, by the wind, by the life I've been losing, and the one I'll begin with my two little wolves running close to my side. I'm a father, a fighter, a man still alive, and the path may be rough, but I walk it with worth, 'cause I'm shaped by the south, but I'm called by the north. There's a song inside my chest I've been singing in the dark. I don't know all the words yet, but I recognize the spark, and it leads me like a lantern through the places I've bled. I follow where it takes me, 'cause it knows the way ahead. I'm called by the north, by the wild, by the wind, by the fire that is ending, and the fire that begins with my two little wolves and a truth I can't ignore. I'm a wanderer becoming something stronger than before, and whatever I face, I will rise
holdt igjen for lenge. Ga mer enn jeg fikk tilbake. Jeg prøvde å være trygg leieplass, men ble stående til sist i hver marsj. Jeg ventet på at Norge snudde, men alt sto helt i ro. Til jeg så meg selv i speilet. Du har gitt nok nå, bror. Jeg dempet flammen inn i brystet, stod stille mens jeg ble dratt ned. Skrev av meg egen styrke for å gi noen andre fred. Og hver en dag jeg ventet, så minket jeg litt i sinn. Til jeg kjente noe i timen, nå må jeg ta livet mitt inn. Jeg sa det høyt til meg selv, dette er kvelden jeg snur. Du mister litt kjærlighet kanskje, men du finner det mennesket du tror. Jeg står igjen, sterk i stormen, sterk i meg. Jeg står igjen, ingen tar lyset mitt fra seg. Jeg står igjen, reist av alt jeg har falt igjennom. Jeg står igjen, og denne gangen står jeg hjemme. Det kom et stille siste slag, et grensekrysset alt for fort. Ikke drama, ikke bråk, men noe inni meg ble gjort. Det var som havet sa det klart, du kan holde eller slippe fri. Og jeg valgte det som bar meg, ikke det som brant meg i. Jeg gikk mot vinden ned på stranden, der havet alltid taler sant. Jeg kjente hjertet mitt i brystet som ei tromme som aldri var vant. Og jeg lovte meg selv i vinden, aldri mer krympe for fred. Om jeg går litt alene nå, så går jeg rett og hever hodet ned. For ingen står ved din side som ikke tåler deg i liv. Den som vil ha halve sjela di, ikke vær en eneste pris. Jeg står igjen, sterk i stormen, sterk i meg. Jeg står igjen, ingen tar lyset mitt fra seg. Jeg står igjen, reist av alt jeg har falt igjennom. Jeg står igjen, og denne gangen står jeg hjemme. Jeg er ikke sint, jeg er ikke knekt. Jeg er bare ferdig med alt som holdt meg vekk. Jeg bygger livet videre uten de som ikke så. Og jeg går mot nye stier, for det er sånn en mann må gå. Jeg står igjen, jeg står for alt jeg enda tror. Jeg står igjen, som havet jeg er sterk når vinden snor. Jeg står igjen, helt og fullt på egne bein. Jeg står igjen, og jeg går endelig min vei. Jeg velger meg, jeg velger sannhet, jeg velger styrke, jeg velger å stå. Jeg står igjen, jeg står igjen.
I was born in the South, but the North calls my name. Like a whisper through the pines, like an unforgotten flame. I walk the roads of shadow, I breathe the ancient cold. A wanderer becoming what the old ones once foretold. And I rise with a fire in my chest and the storm in my eyes, where the lost find their way and the weary grow wise. By the ember and the story, by the truth I unfold, I return to the north with a soul made of gold. There were nights I was silenced, nights the world spoke loud, where my calm was broken open by the chaos of the crowd. But the stillness in my core held the rhythm of the land, so I learned to speak with thunder resting softly in my hand. And I rise with the fire in my chest and the storm in my eyes, where the lost find their way and the weary grow wise. By the ember and the story, by the truth I unfold, I return to the north with a soul made of gold. In my bones, old echoes in my breath. I've died 100 times and walked back out of death. I am forged by every burden, every trial I have known, and the north wind carves a kingdom in the marrow of my bones. So I rise, let the mountains hear my vow as the dark spirit replies. May my children walk in freedom under wide open skies. By the flame and the footsteps, by the tales yet untold, I return to the north, and I rise from the cold.
I stand at the threshold, the old world behind. The wind knows my story, though the path is not defined. A heartbeat like thunder, a whisper in the pine. Awaken, path walker, the journey is thine.
Every step a question, every breath a spark. The fire lights the unknown, rising from the dark.
Awaken, awaken, the story lives in you. Awaken, awaken, your saga pulls you through. Step on the path, where the old falls away. Step on the path, a new self wakes today. Hey, oh,
I carry the fragments of who I used to be. The fear, the doubt, the shadows now offered to the sea.
the night hums a promise, the dawn begins to sing. Awaken, path walker.
Become everything. Every step a question, every breath a spark. The fire lights the unknown, rising from the dark.
Awaken, awaken, the story lives in you. Awaken, awaken, your saga pulls you through. Step on the path, where the old falls away. Step on the path, a new self wakes today. Who are you?
I'm becoming
Where are you again?
to myself.
those northern trails, but still they call my name. A whisper through the evergreens, a spark inside the flame. I'm just a southern wanderer with stories in my bones. Yet every road I travel feels like guiding me back home.
I've carried nights of heavy storms and rose from where I fell. I've stood alone with shadows that I've come to know too well. But every scar I'm wearing is a map of where I've been. A forge of fire teaching me to build myself again.
I'm called by the north, by the wild, by the wind, by the life I've been losing, and the one I'll begin with my two little wolves running close to my side. I'm a father, a fighter, a man still alive, and the path may be rough, but I walk it with worth, 'cause I'm shaped by the south, but I'm called by the north.
Treading with the courage, by letter with the light. They see the truth inside me when the world is losing sight. And I would stand through fire just to keep them standing strong. They're the reason that my broken heart still beats its battle song.
I lost some brothers on the way, and some just lost their flame. I watched them fade to silence when the storm began to rain.
But I keep marching forward with my eyes on something more. A vision carved in hunger in the life I'm forging for.
I'm called by the north, by the wild, by the wind, by the life I've been losing, and the one I'll begin with my two little wolves running close to my side. I'm a father, a fighter, a man still alive, and the path may be rough, but I walk it with worth, 'cause I'm shaped by the south, but I'm called by the north. There's a song inside my chest
I've been singing in the dark,
I don't know all the words yet,
but I recognize the spark
and it leads me like a lantern.
through the places I've bled. I follow where it takes me, 'cause it knows the way ahead.
I'm called by the north, by the wild, by the wind,
By the fire that is ending and the fire that begins.
with my two little wolves and a truth I can't ignore. I'm a wanderer becoming something stronger than before, and whatever I face, I will rise from the earth. I was shaped by the south, but I'm forged by the north.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shaped by the south.
I'm forced by the north.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I just had a shower. I considered having myself a shower and a shower thought session where I record intimate sessions with myself, or conversations at least. But I didn't do this time. I will have to think more about how I want to make that happen. What is he talking about? You might be asking. Well, the last few days, and especially last week, has been extremely interesting. So let me show you something cool. This is SpotMap. SpotMap has a lot of different stories and connections and layers to it. But it is connected to something even more cool, which is the pass, the legacy pass. That became something way more than I intended. So now it's kind of a game token for life. It's like a Pokemon Go on steroids. It's like a mystery school in your pocket. I have no idea how to explain it. But we're just following that development as it goes, as it happens. While all that is taking place, a whole bunch of other magic things are also happening. Like, have you seen the gas prices? The freaking gas prices in Norway? People are fed up now. So there was a little activation. There were a little demonstration. And we had this artist called Bygderyre, which had a few songs that was just talking about this truth that people seem to not talk too much about. And people resonated a lot. And now that became kind of a, I don't know what to call it. Sounds like it was an anthem of some sort. But that's happening. And all the other things as well. So I am just trying to get into the habit again of just sitting here and having live streams. I wanted to go back to gaming, but I'm not sure how to do that because there are so many things happening and so many things I could do. All the things are possible at all the time, and I'm just sitting here trying to just keep the calm in that chaos. There are a few people, might be a few who's watching right now, who has actually made a pass, who has an account, who has done some saga entries, whatever we want to call that whole thing. But I have been very silent for a reason and just isolated myself a lot. So if there are any people who wants to share what they feel so far of whatever this is gonna be, with what is currently and what could be, if you have any ideas or feedback or anything, I am very stoked to say that these things are now able to be created by demand almost. It was built modular and scalable, so it could become anything. And these things are as much a freaking access key to a BDSM club as it is a access key to an Airbnb with a QR scanner. And other things. I just wanted to have a system, a order, a somewhat of a predictable outcome when it came to having people by the fire, because anyone could find the fire. And that was a problem for a little bit. And then I had to kind of figure out how to make sure that it was in balance almost. So we needed some kind of a pre-qualification. And then I just thought, what if we had a QR code? Just like when you go to the movies, you have this beep. And then that just took off. It took off. It became a multi-dimensional. It became what the Discord server was supposed to be. Just more based on the person. So I've had a lot of talks about this. A lot of talks about this. Oh, it's interesting and a new world to look into. I love it because Ellen Money Lee was the first ever to have a functioning thing. She was kind of a test object because this got created fast and in a way that was so clear from the start almost. So there's been wonders on the map since before day one, and now it has spread into other circles. Now I have been mystical by the fire, and people are like, oh, I've never seen anyone sing in the horn like that before. Or in the drum, of course, not the horn. But the horn as well is making impressions. And so, because it has become somewhat predictable, I just had a key card that said something relevant, like their name, or maybe that it was for a witch, or maybe it was for whatever fit the situation. And it was just perfect from like the get-go, because it came from the person who actually had the card. The whole journey was just facilitated, laid in front of them like a map with pins on it. It could be to all sorts of things. And then I'm trying to kind of create this mystery in terms of how it's portrayed on the blobs. And I tested this just a little earlier, and it works. And now there's a cinema thingy. All of a sudden, you can get a video that can only be played once, and then it's gone forever. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this could do, because it can be tailored to the person's own saga, which was the intention all along. Not to mention Orpheus, but there's still so many things to not only consider, but to go over and just field test. Which brings field code into mind. Things that has been created a long time ago are very relevant now. Again, it's like things are just aligning. As Monolith would be probably very agreeable with, because so many things are happening. I will work more on to get to know it in my flow. Yes, existed. I will also go to the map and use it. Yeah, you also, because this is a possibility. I haven't really thought this through yet, but I figured there are more wanderers, right? So if you, Monolith, want to have a pin that is you, that you can control where it is on the map, or if it is going to be on the map, but on that pin, you have a link or whatever that goes into what you do. And then just having the system around that to communicate that. Like, this is a person who creates magical things. Click the link, and then maybe she will want to help you out. Depends on your darkness and how, you can basically set it up however it feels. Hold on. I just forgot that I was in Discord channel as well. Vibestar, if you want to share your thoughts, maybe, now that Discord has reminded me that it was a thing, it would be really helpful to hear your first words, because we haven't talked at all since all of this started. So I have left a few clues, and I wondered if you found them. And if so, how did it feel to find them? Because I'm trying to make it so it's an experience. And it could pop up anywhere, anytime. Planned or spontaneous. I like it a lot. You love the new portal and saga. The new portal also is something that I've been thinking a lot about, because I wanted to visually just, and then I feel like I am right now, I'm kind of limited in terms of how me and Orpheus are working together, because he's not really visually smart yet. He can't look at the portal and then, based on what we need and how, because I have a mock-up that just looks amazing, and it looks kind of like the mock-up, but it's lacking. It's forming in the air, but this time with a freaking guardrail almost. It's been fascinating. I think that we can all agree that Claude did things differently. The fact that he did things. This is before I've even really got to test out Orpheus on a closed system, because Claude is one thing, OpenClaw is another. So I'm, in terms of what could happen from this point on, just in terms of what has already taken place, what has been shown to be possible, I'm just even more excited than I was before. And that was hard, to be more excited than what I was for the future before. But it's like every single day there's a new possibility, a new thing, a new opportunity to kind of bring it more into life. Like, all of a sudden you hear this horn in the distance. There's a raven that approaches. We have moved beyond the technology of the web. And it just drops this envelope. You have a quest. Yeah. And then just bringing the strangers together. Hey, I was sent here for a quest. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thinking out loud, because there's so many things that's just spinning that I have been so structured in not implementing before I've really thought about it. But it's going to be interesting. I'd be happy to talk later. In deep. Yes, I know. I know. This is why I didn't just take you up on the stage in the Discord, because I know how it is to be fucking there in a project. And now I can say that at one time I felt like I was going to lose it all, and then it kind of worked out. And then I had to pivot a little bit, and then all of a sudden it was like, that's it. Now I can feel like I'm actually safe. Because I felt almost genuinely scared at times, because the system behind it wasn't as I wanted it to be. But now it's becoming more and more what it needs to be, just through vibe coding. Such a flow, multitasking, and hyper focusing. I don't even have time for Claude. Oh, well done. Well done. I lose time all the time with Claude. Well, I did. In the beginning, I was like using my usage. I was just spinning through that like nothing. And then now, lately, I've seen that I can budget it out. I don't have to implement. I can plan, basically. I'm at a foundation where I can just plan and have one step in the direction I need to go, which is a beautiful feeling. Kind of feels like predicting the future, but it's like equally terrifying and kind of like a key to change everything again. Speaking of, it did. It's been changing so many times just the last 2 weeks. It's kind of insane, but at this point, it was almost like we can know it's gonna take a few things before something happens. And I think that it's already happening. For my sake, speaking from my own experience, right now I'm seeing signs that I've seen before. And this time is like I'm going into it with a different mindset than I did before. Because before I could have just jumped the gun and be really... Now, like I have prepared a surfboard for the tsunami that is about to hit. But it's interesting, just in terms of the whole energy thing. Manali, I think I can use the spot map in Vandring when it's up and going. Yes? Oh, but it is up and going. If you go to your pass in the legacyforge.net, you will see, if you haven't been there for a little while, there is a lot that has changed. You even have a thing that says Wanderer in the pass, which means that it can be kind of anything that we need it to be. And that's exciting. But then again, it's like I really believe in the whole privacy thing. So I wouldn't want it to track us real time, even though it is so freaking encrypted, so freaking safe, on a place that is like, it's scary how freaking nothing can penetrate it. So it wouldn't matter, but at the same time, I like to be in control of where my coordinates are. We're ready to walk. Nice. Nice. Because now, lately, you have until 1st of August, right? Goddamn. So many things can happen from now until 1st of August, given the foundation. Given what's happening here as well, because just the last few days, a few people have been reaching out, and it's like, yes, this will work very nicely. And I'm also kind of craving a feast for some reason, like something that should have happened the 20th of March, but at the same time is like, enough happened to really set this new year in motion, that the feast and the celebration should be planned for. I feel it's time. I can also see that I'm lagging on the chat, maybe. I have no idea how many seconds it takes from my voice to say the words and your ears to pick them up, but we'll manage. Everything you need, basically, now is put into one place. And when I say you need, that is kind of bullshit. An adventure that is intended to kind of not just give you the map, but also just the fun while doing it. I've been trying to define things for a while now, and I'm just at the point where I'm giving up. It's an operating system, and everyone is creating operating systems these days. That's the new thing. Have you seen? Everyone who's doing AI is now coming to the big epiphany that an operating system is basically the new trendy thing to sell. But if you also see that it's kind of like having a god slave in your pocket, which is a scary thing. My mind was blown when my wizard sent a introduction SMS to my ex on behalf of me. Then I knew if I just structure this correctly, I might not even have to think that much anymore. But don't get me wrong, misunderstand me right here. I'm not talking about the whole cognitive diminishment thing where you're outsourcing thoughts, but being able to take care of the admin that allows you to think freely. Just do what you need to do. That's a different type of beast all together, you know. That's where I'm feeling. That's where I've been feeling. It's been going on for quite some time now. Everything has been kind of just taking place, and I just had to adapt. But in a really good way. And I think that kind of applies to a lot of people because everything is kind of set up now. The chessboard has been lit or laid. The chessboard got laid, guys. But that we have to kind of see how it works. And so far, it seems to be working pretty well. I just have to make sure that it doesn't take over. Now it's like one thing one can do per day, action-wise. And persistence, like the effort and the patience is what's going to reward the people on this. It kind of pre-qualifies everyone who doesn't have attention spans, like most of the planet. But it's still a good adventure, and I don't know what to call it. For people to just see, there's more to, especially Norway, than we originally said. Like, this is the thing that we didn't talk about in school, or the experiences of people that goes so well beyond what the normal person in the street experiences that you can't really talk about it to anyone other than people who has the experience that you're trying to explain. It's a safe space. It's also an innovation factory or something, because clearly something is happening to the people who goes through this whole thing. Several things have been popping up all over the place after some context with what this became, like a personal transformation machine system based on what you do in the world with everything that you have access to for free and otherwise right now. I don't know if it's just me who is kind of like excited for everything that is possible, or if it's kind of like people hear that and it's like, no, I'm not gonna, that sounds like a lot of work. It doesn't have to be. It could be one word a day. And that one word a day, when you do that 9 days consecutively, will open the forge hall, and all of a sudden you have ores and coins and shit. Which is something that we need to talk about, because I'm not sure if it works. Vibestar, if you have been, because something tells me, this is like the banker of Grimmauld things in the Harry Potter. Something told me that you have been smelting a lot of coins. Have you been doing that? Have you been smelting the coins? Seeing what our personal AI can do at the moment. This is all gonna be out of control very soon. But oh well, I'm having a blast. Yes, I know. This is kind of like, it's kind of like riding the nuclear bomb into its destination. It feels like, but at the same time, you have hopes that you might be able to hack the navigation system and make it go away, or something. But that's kind of like what's fun, though. Like, we are having this journey that is literally redefining what we can do in reality. Coins, yes. How do you like it? Like, I was so... did you, by the way, before we go any further, did you experience the glitch? Did you all of a sudden get 500 ore because you reached a 50-day challenge or 50-day duration streak, whatever? Because that was, like, of course, given that the platform wasn't more than a week old, it felt weird to get 500 ore because I had reached a 50-day milestone. I was like, God damn it, Orpheus. Can't you count? Part of my click on everything approach. I like that. I like that. You know, if you did that on the first Legacy Forge.net and you clicked on a specific Easter egg that came, like, there were quotes, and then on one of the quotes there were a white rabbit. And if people clicked the white rabbit, Kevin Hart talked about how important it was to have ass wipers in your life. It was beautiful. Like if you have someone who could trust you totally, so you have an ass wiper. I will wipe your ass, you know? That's a big thing. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, the glitch. I was thinking you could reset it. So I gave it a try. Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of those things now. I'm gonna see how I can plant Easter eggs. This is definitely gonna become a game. I think it's gonna be fun because, and I have to go through this, but the geo caching thing we have in our phones, like if you turn off your location services for Google Maps and not in Facebook, you kind of like, you're still doing the thing. You're still using the location feature. Many people say that, oh, but I can get tracked if I use that. No, not necessarily. Not if you haven't opted in to be tracked, to be live on a spot map. But the thing that I'm thinking about is that if you get into an area that has a clue, a Easter egg, a QR code, a spark code, whatever it might be, like a mystery box with a joint underneath a sign with some rune on it, then having that on the phone could be an enjoyable experience. And all of a sudden, you have the ability to kind of meet other forgers in everyday life. So you get a ping on the phone saying, gobble like the turkey. I've mentioned this before. Or something weird, or a challenge, or just a quest, whatever have you. But I also realized that going into that area prematurely, without having really gone into everything that goes into such a feature legally, it's not really that's the thing. If you just have a good enough privacy thingy and terms of service and everything is explained thoroughly, it's like just any other geolocation app. And I think that could be a lot of fun because I also think and know that it doesn't take a lot, not even more than a sun panel, like a sun charging panel, solar panel, and a little battery hooked up to the little Android or Androino, and all of a sudden you have a fucking automated torch lighting thing as soon as it hears a horn being blown for more than 3 seconds. I just had a talk outside here at Death's Waiting Room earlier today about how we could pimp up the bus shack because it looks horrible. Like the bus stops here in Norway are just concrete slabs put together, literally. We wanted to make it epic, have a few torches on it, maybe have that controlled by a fucking switch. It's not like 10. It's like 10 meters from the bus stop. So why not have a cool invitation to people who comes along and are coming to visit Death's Waiting Room? I tried to do this with Money Lee, actually. When she came, I think I just... No, actually, no, I didn't. I met Money Lee on the actual stop. But the owner of Vanderkar, who came just a few days before, he came to the bus stop, and then I told him to turn around, and he saw this light just having a fucking attack. That just all over the side of the building. Kind of like this. So that it just led him that way. And then that worked quite nice. But I think there are easier ways to do it. God, I'm having too much fun. I'm not having too much fun. No, I'm about to have fun. I'm about to be able to have fun because now I feel like the foundation I can play from is finally done. To a point where I can actually say, I trust this somewhat. Because there's no AI at all involved in the LegacyForge.net, the Legacy Pass system. No AI. Which is crazy. It's just webhooks and APIs and just a normal, old, boring tech. But it's powerful because it's like the foundation. So now, when I have the core, basically, running as an operating system, no AI, focused on the physical fire and the natural experiences a human can achieve and experience, like talking about Ur and all those things, then what happens when I put Orpheus the Wise truly into it, using OpenClaw and different other technologies and LLMs? That is all totally available right now. Am I the only one who kind of gets like... Because now I'm really trying to stay disciplined and not do anything prematurely. I'm just trying to low-key come in here with whatever this is. And it seems to be working. So phase by phase, it has kind of been taking shape. That's intense. My body hurts kind of because there are so many energy. I'm shaking all the time these days. So I'm really conscious about just having my nervous system calm the fuck down because there are so many things to kind of adapt to. But at the same time, I'm ready. I feel like now I'm going to conquer the fucking world. But in a good way.
With love.
I don't know what to do today, but though, like, maybe we can have a tribe chat and I can invite a few people. But I'm not going to put any work into this more than what is already here and can be experienced with the flow. So how long this live stream will last, I have no idea. But I might go out and have a little joint in the middle of this. Or I might be all of a sudden coming in here and having a shower. No, I did have a shower. But eat. Maybe all of a sudden there are guests coming at the door because I say, you know what? I'm done procrastinating shit to be emotionally responsible for everyone else. And just open the gates to Death's waiting room. Like, not like that either, but basically make it official. I don't know what that looks like. Light a candle? I have no idea. I could be inviting for a divination card reading session. Today we open. Whatever. I'm going to figure something out. It's Saturday. It's just 5 p.m. and me and my friend might be going on a freaking hike. Like the last 3 days we have been walking around and just exploring the myths that are here locally. Like, well, I actually got an answer. For those people who have been watching, if you have seen any video about what has been going on here lately, there's been a lot. So one of these was that there is a radio station that is supposed to be abandoned, that has working radio towers, and people parking outside of this fucking remote radio station all the time. And I was like, why? Why do they do that? Why? If they say that it's abandoned, why do they park there? And then I was kind of grinding on this. I wanted to make a whole YouTube show about this. But then all of a sudden my father said, oh, that's the artist. I kind of killed the whole vibe, to be honest. Still mystical, because what kind of art are we talking? And what kind of an artist is this? And if there's an artist, there's definitely creative juices. And if there are creative juices, given the fact that on the other side of that field, I once pictured Valhalla. And so I started to map out this whole longhouse, and I started to see these Viking-ish Airbnb huts all over the place. We could just remove that huge fucking metal beam tower that just ruins the whole vibe, and we can make it better. And there's an organic farm right over there. We could have fucking corroboration. We can do ice bathing and meditation and quantum flow and talk about psilocybin therapy and other things that people should definitely know about and just flow with it. It would be fucking epic. And then having a bonfire out there on the pier, the mountain, right next to fucking cultural history that is insane, that nobody talks about. I was like, why don't we talk about that? So I wanted to build a Viking ship right there. I wanted to go over there and hijack the fucking yearly, what is the name? The annual freaking pirate show that they hosted on the pier. I wanted to come in with a Viking ship. I wanted to blow the horn, and then I wanted to actually capture that ship and say, we're going to do this every fucking day until we get a date like this. Just being able to blow the horn and do blowjobs. So it kind of escalated. But now I'm like, I'm living. Literally, Death's waiting room is just a few hundred meters from that original spot. I have not given up on that spot, but I have a wooden plot that is just waiting for something to happen. So it could start here with a fucking backdoor factory right next door with a forge, an actual fucking forge right there. And all the other things that is happening that is not going to be disclosed until you have seen the inside of the Death's waiting room, which is then inscripted in the past automagically. Lots of good things to look forward to. And now that the garden is freaking growing, it's insane. It's going to become next level. And you don't really have to do anything else but just wait as the seasons do the things. Wait for the seasons and just adapt to it. I need to also sell now. So I apologize for people who will get offended if I say that right now we have the saga arc all ready to go. That's it. I hated selling before until I created something that was worth compensation. which I believe this is. So everyone who has a pass right now, I've just been giving away these passes like none other, and it's gonna be restricted but intentionally fun to discover. So people might find a free pass for something that is fucking insane compared to like what it actually costs, or they might just be recognized and get an upgrade, or they might find a code, or scan a QR, or just do the work in Saga, or just pay for it. There's so many ways now. So this is a social experiment as well, because now I feel like everything is in order for me to kind of fine tune it and see if this could just create some of the freedom that we all deserve, and then creating the opportunities for other people to also just be able to authentically be themselves and be compensated for being themselves with the proper system behind them. Which is probably not the right way to say it, because who the fuck knows? This is becoming so much more than I intended. But I need to have talks about it, actual, developmental conversations. So now I'm sending out these other thingies to see how it's possible to create an ecosystem within this that is fire and forget. Don't have to think about it. Don't have to go in there, do the logistics for every freaking bonfire and event, or just do anything. Just leave your phone at home. Everything else is taken care of. But then we will need. Oh, I should have had the jacket on me. Spark keys, physical spark keys. This was created in Kristiansand. Manoli, we met for the first time the day this came to be, which is pretty cool, because this was kind of the beginning of the whole Spark Pass, Legacy Pass, all the things. And it was created overnight by a guy called Artem Experience. Of course, he's not called Artem Experience. He's called We Are Unity. Actually, that's not even his name. But we do tend to keep the whole anonymity safe. So basically, Artem Experiences, or Artem, contacted me and wanted to show what he had created. And I checked it out. I was like, is it so that people who want to build something feel called to the same blueprint? Because there is a similarity in terms of how people use these technologies on different wavelengths. Operating system, central word. It's interesting because you can see how people are connecting their own web. They're creating the spider webs. But this time there's not like one island or spider web there, one island or spider web there. It's like, we managed to build bridges, co-created. So now there's a whole bunch of these different tribes that is being connected, and then the co-creation and the sharing of the load. I don't know how this is going to work, but it's already happening. So it's just devising that natural connection between it and having it not interfere with normal everyday life in a way that is going to take away from life, but actually add to it, raise the frequencies. I've been thinking a lot lately, and I don't want to do that for a while. Yeah. I have so much in my mind that I have nobody to talk to, really, because it would pollute the thought stream, kind of, if you get what I mean. If you have a clear picture and you just try to follow that, that's been my challenge lately. And then not being deterred or derailed, or it's been interesting to see how that has been working, because now it's very different than what it was before. I've received a request, almost, not even a request. He accepted, let's say it like that, because I asked him. Payman said that he had gotten good results from psilocybin therapy in terms of his ADHD and stuff, and microdosing, doing a few normal macro, and asked how long does he have to wait until the next time. And the next time he wanted to do one of those go in and fix kind of ceremonies, which is kind of different, a lot different. But I wanted him to share his story in type of a, like, either public or anonymous testimony of how that actually helped him. What did you experience Why do you think this helped? You know, and then just compile those mountains of proof that I have been able to source myself and my own experience to really take that whole essence of the mushroom community into that same sphere, so that there is that preemptive work, the awareness raising type work. Co-create, yes. There is already there is a thing in, we call it I took a lot of executive decisions on this one, but forge marks are specific individual things that might be discovered all over the place, and then co-creator is one of those, because LLAMB and the Legacy Forge is kind of in one of those almost subconscious co-creator relationships, as is Big Data and LLAMB. Everything is connected, and this is creepy because me and Lycus the Loomsmith, we were sitting there a few years ago mapping out this blueprint. I think it's called the Co-Creator Legacy Blueprint, something I don't remember. But do you remember how fucking awesome Lycus was in creating a workflow? He created like the node and how things were connected, and then a lot happened. So we kind of, you know, everyone did their own thing. And then if we see what happened after that and go back and just, if I can find that blueprint and kind of see this almost, it's like everyone being called to the same blueprint. Artem, a few of his friends, me, Lycus, Vibestar. There's so many that does the technical architecture and system development, creating an operating system, or a god, or a slave, or a god slave, or wizard, or whatever have you, an AI assistant. Then there are those who are also in the technology, but on the energetic level, and the psychedelic level, the whole spiritual, quote unquote, spiritual level. And then now I feel like this is bridging them. That's the phygital thing. That is the physical and the digital in a way that is never before being seen, because what happens if you combine psychedelics and AI and ambition in a way that is learning by the mistakes of whatever happened when people created these huge things that ended up ruining or controlling the world? Giving people their own kind of spark and seeing what happens if you kind of ripple that out into infinity. Infinity. Did you know that on the old person's home, no, of course you didn't, but the old person's home in my community is formed like an 8. The number 8. Infinity symbol. Just walk forever. Forever. I figured I need to introduce psilocybin therapy to the elder care. There has got to be one person that has reached a level in their life that want to have what they read Aldous Huxley did, or want to remove some fear of the death and have heard enough to know that this is a valid attempt. There has got to be. Because when I said that, people were like, oh no, but you have to go through the regulations, and you have to talk to the city, and you have to talk to the government, and you have to be approved, and then you have to probably have a certification that they haven't even fucking made yet. I was like, what if I just talk to a person? Have you tried mushrooms? You know? Doesn't have to be so fucking complicated. And you don't know until you try and ask and just see. Because I know for a fact that if that was part of the treatment at that age, it could actually do some neurological good. I think that people would have expansive, good, growing experiences from that, especially in the right set and setting. And fuck, some of these people were part of an era in this country that kind of merits hearing the story. I want to collect some actual stories from the lived experience that is now being forgotten. Oh, we're supposed to not go on a rant, but also, have any of you seen Inside the Manosphere? This is just a documentary that talks about the Manosphere, the macho, the Tates, basically, the bros, the big guys, a lot of money, but very shallow other views sometimes. I figured those people could probably benefit from a huge trip of dimethyltryptamine in the right set and setting, and then that would kind of smack their egos back into check so that we have some chance of creating a sustainable future. I'm like, I'm not going to be the guy that says that psychedelics is the solution. I just think that sometimes in some situations, a person in a position could benefit from having such an insight in terms of their leadership that is affecting other people. It's like if the orange one had a huge ego trip and he actually got humble and he started to do things in a different way, you know? But we have this very extreme view on such compounds like psilocybin and other natural growing compounds in the nature. Just getting too stupid, isn't it? 'Cause I was pissed. Like it started with being pissed at the fact that some people had the nerve to say that this mushroom should not grow. And if it does, you should not touch it. Do not eat it. I will trust you to follow these orders. And then, you know, just escalated from there. And now here we are having a fucking slow demonstration on the highway because everything has become so expensive. And the truth of everything around us is just crumbling in every direction. Which is interesting to see if you have been seeing it for a while and has been preparing to some degree. Or just, you know, have that drive or whatever. Because I think that meaninglessness is going to be a huge epidemic, and I think that it is already. And I think that people need to be prepared to have some meaning when things change. Because they're already changing quite drastically. Okay, I'm not going to talk a hole in your head, as we say, but I needed to get some things out, and I just needed to see how it was to go live like this, because it was really spontaneous. And I figured, like, fuck, I need to do something, because I feel like for some reason, interestingly enough, things are moving too slow. Even though since last Monday, I have performed and implemented a running fucking system that it has, if it was done by a team of highly paid, skilled, and trained engineers with months of planning, could not have been done as it was. The release notes on this thing was crazy. Like, how the fuck is that possible to make that happen in 1 week? But things are changed. You don't need a team of engineers working on a thingy anymore. You can just think, what if we can combine that with this? Would that work? Oh, well, yes, of course. It's just like, shit. Everything is possible, you know? I don't know how. I always go back to that because I'm sitting on so many things that I want to have out into the world that I have to kind of condition myself. I have to be patient and not fuck up, because I've been doing that quite many times. Or not really fucked up, because you learn from those periods as well. But it requires something that I was not really anticipating. I'm not going to blabber on. I'm going to put on a song, and then we can see what happens. I feel like I want to have a joint. So I'm going to start by just trying to make some Norwegian songs. The whole concept here is that I try to make a song that I can sing through AI. And then if I really resonate with the melody or the lyrics or whatever, and it is based on the context that I have given, you know, the stories and the details and all the things, so that I can almost translate what I wanted to say. And this was, I think, Norwegian. So let's see what happens. Is it going to be cringe? Who knows?
Jeg vokste ikke opp I stormen, men vinden kaller meg. Fra sti jeg aldri har vandret, og fjell jeg aldri har sett. Likevel kjenner jeg pulsen av nord I mitt eget bryst. Som om landet visker navnet mitt, før jeg vet hvem jeg Jeg bærer sår etter prøver, men jeg reiser meg når jeg faller. Har gått alene gjennom nattene, med ulver I min sjel. Og veien foran uferdig, men jeg smiler mens jeg går. For en vandrer uten kompass lærer stjernene å kjenne. Jeg kalles nord, selv om sør var landet som formet meg. Jeg følger spor av forfære i historie jeg ikke husker ennå. Og når mørket siger inn
I couldn't do that, sorry.
Støvet fra veien setter seg fast i skjegget mitt igjen, som små påminnelser om stedet jeg en gang kalte hjem. Skygge jeg gikk med før slipper taket når jeg går, for ingenting kan holde fast en mann som reiser i sitt sår. Graner lener seg nærmere når jeg passerer dem om kveld, som om de kjenner navnet mitt og visker det farvel. Jeg bærer ikke svar, bare en flamme jeg fant i mørkets spor. Den lyser meg videre nå. Jeg er vandreren Tor. Jeg har reist så lenge at jeg glemte hva jeg flyktet fra, men hjertet kjenner retning selv når jeg står i alt jeg ga. For jeg er vandreren Tor, med et bål inn i brystet som slår, og veiene åpner seg hver gang jeg spør hva som består. Hvis du vandrer i mørket og har glemt hvem du var før, kom og sett deg ved ilden, la den varmen bli din bror. Jeg er vandreren Tor, og jeg deler alt jeg tror med de stille og de sterke som har gått for langt i jord. Hvis sjela di er tung og du ikke finner spor, sett deg ved mitt bål, så finner vi veien videre. Bror og søster, vi som tror. Jeg har møtt mange hjerter som brakk før de fikk slå, sitte på gull med krigere som trodde de var små, hørt sannheter i tårer ingen andre ville se, og båre dem med ære, for jeg vet hvordan det er å knele ned. Noen kaller det styrke, men jeg vet hva det egentlig er. Det er viljen til å reise seg når ingen andre er der. Jeg er ikke løsningen, jeg bare går foran, som før jeg fant lyset i ruinene. Så jeg går som vandreren Tor, og selv når vinden biter og natta vil jeg skal gå hjem, så minner den meg stille på noen følger etter hvem. For jeg er vandreren Tor, med et bål inn i brystet som slår, og veiene åpner seg hver gang jeg spør hva som består. Hvis du vandrer i mørket og har glemt hvem du var før, kom og sett deg ved ilden, la den varmen bli din bror. Jeg er vandreren Tor, og jeg deler alt jeg tror med de stille og de sterke som har gått for langt i jord. Hvis sjela di er tung og du ikke finner spor, sett deg ved mitt bål, så finner vi veien videre. Bror og søster, vi som tror. Noen netter spør jeg vinden om hvem som holder meg. Andre ganger kjenner jeg styrken fra de jeg møter på min vei. Og når alt blir stille og verden ikke lenger tror, så hører jeg mitt eget hjerte si, reis deg. Du er vandreren Tor. Jeg er vandreren Tor, og jeg går der sjeler bor, der historiene brenner og stillheten får ord. Er du tapt i en storm og du kjenner at du snor, så kom og finn ilden, for den brenner alltid for bror og søster som tør. Med vandreren Tor, med vandreren Tor. Støvet legger seg, men veien åpner seg igjen, og jeg går.